Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 331. Now, today we're in for an exciting time because we're talking about the hidden unconscious decisions that you are making, and it's completely and usually outside of your conscious awareness. Now, before we get into today's subject, I just want to let you know, because people have asked me about it before, that the next retreat is actually happening this year. In fact, it's on the 3rd to the 6th of November, which is a Friday to Monday, and it gives you the opportunity to work with me in person. Now, this is not a seminar, there's not a crazy big event. This is for 5 people only. So only 5 people will be attending this event, which means I can personally work with you on a one-to-one level for 4 whole days. So if you want to be able to finally say goodbye to your issue and really work with me and just literally let go of your issue, get what you want, imagine a wish list, imagine like just writing out all the things you want to achieve, and then me and you just going ahead and just dissolving it, resolving it, and getting you to where you want to be, this is for you. But to make it even better, I'm giving you 1 year's access to Mind Mastery, which is 24 group coaching calls with me, let alone all the things that I sell in one place, like the Complete Confidence Program, the Freedom from Anxiety, all the hidden hypnosis tracks that you do not get, all the bonus podcasts that you haven't been receiving. On top of that, you get the green juices, you get the brain food even, you get the recording of the whole event, and the last thing, which in itself is worth the investment you'll be paying, is a custom hypnosis track. So after the event, having really got to know you, having connected with you, having socialized with you, having let go of your issues, I will create a custom hypnosis track to really cement the changes and elevate your success to a whole new level. Because when you get to the retreat, you'll be like, okay, I want to let go of this, this, and this. But suddenly, once you let it go, you realize what is possible. You realize, actually, I can now have X, Y, Z in my health, my relationship, my career, my finances, because the limitations are now gone. So then, with the custom track, I can elevate that even bigger and better, so you are really profoundly aligned with living a life in every area of your life of pure, profound, epic drive, motivation, love, peace, and so much more. So you'll be getting the Mind Mastery, you'll be getting the green juices and the brain food, you'll be getting the recordings, you'll be getting the custom hypnosis track, you'll be getting the socialization time with me, you'll be getting 4 days of immense diving into the deep unconscious mind and pulling out everything that you need and letting go of what you don't and accessing your unconscious, which is just infinite in what it can do for you. Trust me, when you let go of your issue, you see a whole new world. Once again, it's in November, and it's the 3rd to the 6th of November, which is a Friday to Monday, to make it even easier for you, and it's going to be epic. So if you want to get access, all you have to do is go to secretmindupgrade.com/retreat. So that's secretmindupgrade.com/retreat. When you go there, you'll be able to find all the information, all the bonuses, all the dates, and you'll be able to enroll if you're one of the lucky ones. It is, obviously, there's not a crazy amount of time. To make it even better, I've made a payment plan for you as well. So that means you can do it easily and effortlessly. So if you want to spend some time with me, let go of all your issues, get exactly what you need through some weird, crazy processes I just cannot do when it comes to audio, because you've got to be there in person to gauge. And if that's what you want, come and join me. There's the last one of this year. I hope to do maybe 1 or 2 next year, but that's if my schedule aligns with things, because I'm crazy busy. But if you want to see me this year, this is the only time you'll be able to do so. So go to secretmindupgrade.com/retreat, and I will look forward to seeing you in San Diego. Have a holiday, have a vacation, and experience for life the way it's meant to be. So now let's go ahead, go straight into this episode right now. So today I want to talk to you about the decisions that you make in your life. Now, the problem is this, my wonderful friend. The decisions that you make, although may seem very conscious, are really unconscious. In fact, they've done studies where they've looked at the brain, and just before the conscious decision was made, a part of the brain fired up, almost as if the body, the mind, the brain decided before you consciously even knew about it. Now, what does this mean for you? Now, consider this. The very first decision that you make in a situation will govern your results. It will govern your behavior. So depending on the quality of that decision, you will either be successful, be unsuccessful, or just be, just okay. But we have to consider, how are we acting and reacting in situations? In other words, ask yourself, are you happy with the judgments that you are making in your life? Are you happy in the decisions that you're making with the foods that you're eating? Are you happy in the decisions that you're making when you are working out, or maybe not working out? Are you happy in the decisions you're making financially, buying things, investing in yourself or not investing in yourself? Are you happy in the decisions in how you're speaking to your spouse, or maybe a potential spouse, or your children, your mother, your father? If you are not quite happy, or if you are making judgments before the situation arises, so in other words, the worry, the doubt, the anxiety, if you're making judgments of how you perceive yourself or how others perceive yourself, you have to look for a solution. You have to decide that maybe I need to be working on not just my conscious mind, not just the conscious decisions that I'm making right now, but also the unconscious decisions. You may be unknowingly deciding to have a low self-esteem life, a worrying life, a doubtful life, a life which is causing you emotional pain without even realizing it, until you now begin to feel that stress on your body. And you'll know if you're there because you will feel more stress in your life. Really interesting, okay? So my wife got a massage, and after the massage, the wonderful masseuse said, how'd you feel? And she said, I feel really relaxed. And he said something really profound afterwards. I was right there, and he said, this is how you're meant to feel. Like, this should be your natural state, feeling relaxed, feeling calm in your body, feeling peace in your body. So you will know right here, right now with me, are you feeling more stress, conflict in your system right now? Are your thoughts conflicted? Is the way that you're feeling right now feeling disturbed, worried, or in stress in some way? Are the judgments that you're making, even before you get into the situation, painting pictures in your mind of all the things that you do not want to happen? Consider it for a second. I mean, all we really do here right now, we're asking questions which are going to give us more clarity. If you feel like you're yielding the type of success that you want, and let's govern success by feeling unstoppable, by waking up productive, feeling happy, being driven, being passionate, being fulfilled, feeling that inner bliss and contentment, where you wake up right in the morning, you're going, I cannot wait for this day to begin. I mean, that's how I honestly wake up. I just, my eyes are wide awake and I'm ready to jump out of bed and do what I love most. That's, I believe, is the natural way of being. Well, it's not to say that I actually always do that. More often than not that I do. But even if I don't, I have the tools, right? And you have the tools as well. I mean, if you were dedicated, you could listen to all of my audios. That's why I put them out there for you to be able to take advantage of. So you can have the tools to be able to change your state in an instant. So if you are not experiencing, like that wonderful masseuse said, of peace, happiness, you have to begin to make a decision. Maybe I can do something else. Because if my brain is making a decision before I can even comprehend it consciously, if it's making a decision to be unconsciously happy, if it's making the decision to be able to radiate the worries and doubts in your mind so they actually take place. I was actually talking about this with my Mind Mastery members just a few episodes back for Mind Mastery members listening right now. And I was pretty much saying this, that obviously with far greater detail, but as a summary, that your thoughts are really thought forms. They're forming in your mind. Now, if you have that one thought, it will not have much energy attached to it. But if you continue to experience that thought, and let's go for the example of worry, of stress, of doubt, fearing what people think all the time. If you continuously think that thought, it starts to form in your system. It starts to begin to ripple out in how you see the world around you, how you begin to experience or project and expect what might happen. So when you consider that those thought forms, that energy that is beginning to manifest in your system and manifest in your ways of acting and reacting, it's almost like binary code. I was saying, like, if you just keep on saying this, hitting the same code over and over again, the pattern increases itself. You're going to keep on putting those patterns in your mind, and just like that overgrown garden, you'll be going through that one path over and over again until it's so well trodden that it's hard to be able to set up any new directions in your life without the intervention that you may be needing. So realize that if your unconscious mind is running these thought forms, which are taking place, which are embedding themselves as if they're deeply planted in your system, and they're making decisions without even you consciously recognizing them yourself. And that's the key here. You may be consciously craving and desiring that natural state that you should be in bliss, in peace, in drive, in love and passion and purpose. You might be consciously craving it, thinking it. But if beneath the surface, your unconscious mind is making those split decisions before you even think about it, it corrupts your conscious thoughts. It corrupts the direction to where you're heading. And that's what I believe what conflict is. You are conflicted. You are consciously deciding and wanting something, a goal, external or even internally or spiritually, something even greater than yourself. So if you are consciously craving it, but if your unconscious mind is just sabotaging it before you even have an opportunity to carry out what you desire, you must dedicate your time in educating your system. You must dedicate in repatterning the brain. You see, people think, for example, in Mind Mastery, you get magical results, or one-to-ones with me, right? Or a seminar or a retreat that I run. Of course, they seem magical. And you may have seen many people before you experienced that deep transformation. Now, you may have been working hard, but sometimes something comes together, and I believe that is where we together can get our success, because if you utilize my principles, whether you invest in Mind Mastery or if you invest, let's go for a little side subject right now. The beauty of the brain is that you perceive value based on the value that's put on it. So of course, if it's free, you may not dedicate to it. So if that is you, and you're just casually listening to my work, listen to it as if you have paid $1,000 for each episode. I'm going to do another episode about that actually, because I can go really deeply into it to really get more value out of things. But imagine as if you put your life on the line listening to it. So you're just ready and waiting, like, I want to utilize this. I want to be able to get into it. I want to be able to experience it. I want to become exactly what Joseph is saying. And you're willing it. You'll get, I'm going to say, at least 10, 20, 30, probably 50 times more of a transformation than you could ever imagine, because the value that you put on it. So if you consider the value you put on yourself, the value that you're investing in time in yourself, whether you listen for free or you have the funds to invest in yourself, whether it be a one-to-one session with someone, whether it be a crazy cool retreat, or whether it be mind mastery, whatever your thing is. I mean, you should be working with a person who you love. Let's put it that way. I don't know what anyone in my circle, because I've got to live in that circle. I've got to coach people on a one-to-one level, in that group level. I want people to want to be around me. And I mean, that just makes me thrive and become like crazy cool about all the things I want to do in life. So you have to, whatever it is, dedicate your time in re-educating and repatterning your system with the deep congruency. Understand the hidden cause, the hidden root cause of your issue. Do not work on symptoms. Get to the core of it. Ask yourself the right questions which will yield the results that you want. Begin to connect with your unconscious mind like you never have before by speaking the truth to it. Imagine as if you have invested hundreds and hundreds of pounds and dollars in each one of the episodes that I put out there, and you will begin to experience more. But know that it starts with the conscious mind. And then you consciously can begin to re-educate your profound unconscious. Because let me put it this way, right? I used to live a life full of fear. I hated life. I was dreading it. I was stressed. I was anxious. I was living in anguish. I was living that conflicted life. A deep sea of depression. The feeling in my stomach of dread every day. It got so painful that people could see it in me. I tried to cover it up, but people knew it, and my body knew it. So I went on a mission to discover exactly how the brain works, right? And I tried to pass on probably around 10-20% of what I can do in these free episodes. So if you begin to invest and decide in the exact same way that I did, and go on that journey of love, you may begin to experience that natural state of being, which is like, after that wonderful massage, he said, this is how you're meant to feel. This is your natural state. And it was an epiphany for me. I was like, wow. People buy into the stress as if that's how life should be. We've been programmed, hypnotized by society and the events we've gone through to expect worse, to expect more bad things. But it doesn't have to be that way. So make the decision with me. Decide something new. Begin to project and re-educate your mind and body, and experience the most profound success and that natural way of being that you fully deserve. I believe in you, so have a most wonderful time, and I'll speak to you soon. Many thanks, and goodbye.